the Premier Thami Ntuli and himself. So remember, there's been a week-long taxi strike that has left thousands of commuters stranded throughout the province of KwaZulu-Natal, with associations claiming that the government was failing to issue the permits. And someone who's been tracking these developments very closely for us is Simpiwe Makhanya, SABC News reporter, and he joins us live now. Simpiwe, thank you so much for your time this evening. Any breakthrough?
Well, Bungi, a short while ago, a meeting between the Department of Transport as well as the Durban Long Distance Taxi Association concluded. Of course, you'd recall that there's been this ongoing, taxi strike, which involves this very association where we are. And of course, they have been complaining about the issues that pertain to the issuing of licenses, saying that, government is very slow when it comes to issuing them with licenses, as well as the issue of impounding, their taxis. The representatives of the association have been saying that there are about 100 taxis that have been impounded, and of course this meeting was aimed at addressing those particular issues. But let's get a sense, Bungiwe, from the MEC responsible for transport in KwaZulu-Natal as to what are the outcomes of this meeting. Thank you so much, MEC, for your time. What are the outcomes of this meeting that we've just held with the association?
Let me thank you and your good viewers at home and Bogi on the studio. Thank you for affording us this opportunity. I'm sure it's a pinnacle milestone that we've just reached in our marathon meeting. We've just agreed that tomorrow they'll be working. Tomorrow they'll start in the morning procedural. I'm sure you understand that this involves different associations. We've met long distance association. Today we met Durban Long, and they are all agreeing at this point in time that the best interest is for our people to be taken. The tourism industry will be shuttered, as you know, that if the long distance is not being serviced properly. We've agreed, amongst other principles, that we are going to form a team from their side and our side that is going to work on a regular basis just to fast track the process of permits. Of course, we are still going to do the process of permits, but we are just going to do that process. Of course, we have agreed that we are also going to complement them when it comes to other things. I'm sure that's what must also agreed upon as the committee. That committee is also going to briefly respond, probably in 3 weeks' time, back to the MEC, how far they are in terms of issuing the rank stand, how far with the issue of permits. I'm sure that process is going to be resolved. There was another matter of Transcorp routes in particular, which we've agreed that we are going to meet with the municipality probably somewhere around in January, so that we can also reach a consensus whether is it possible, because before we can issue a rank stand, we can issue a permit, we must check the viability. The viable study that is done, it is always reflecting whether we could still procure more taxis or they need to procure more taxis, because you can't just issue a route without a proper maximization of the profit at the end, because they're in the business to make money at the end of the day, and they must also transform this industry. So it means that we must always check first whether is it a viable exercise, which the department is the regulatory framework, which the department is also doing the regulation.
Why did it take so long, though, MEC, to actually resolve on all these issues that we've just highlighted?
Taxi industry, as you know, is a very complicated scenario. As you know, 70% of commuters rely upon the strength of the taxi association. Just understand as well that on a regular basis, there must be a study from the municipality whether do we still have to have these processes, which is why that you'll find that someone is going to buy a taxi first before having a permit. But the first procedure must get a receipt from the association, get a rank stand from the municipality before we could just even give you a permit. So in some instances, you'll find that there are those who will take a chance. There are those who might just try by all means not to do the process and take a shortcut. We then always come and intervene. That is why you have an association like Santaco, where we just sit, consolidate and approach, develop a policy. I'm sure in the future we won't have this problem, because in the province of KwaZulu-Natal we've got many routes, many taxi associations and many other towns that must be serviced.
In under 30 seconds, MEC, are we not going to see a situation where this particular resolution has been reached, but two weeks down the line, same thing happens?
The reason behind for a task team, especially for that they are going to meet on a regular basis. This is why today I had to sacrifice, leave everything starting from 3 o'clock until we find a solution. I'm sure this is going to be the lasting solution, and they are going to consolidate a scope. They are going to report back to the MEC on a regular basis. We can just assure our people that in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, zero tolerance, but they will be safe. We're going to protect them. They'll also enjoy their holidays.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Bob.
Yeah, there is the MEC responsible for transport in KwaZulu-Natal, MEC Siboniso Duma, giving us, Bongiwe, really the outcomes of that crucial meeting which took place between, the Department of Transport as well as the Durban Long Distance Taxi Association, of course, confirming that this week-long strike has now ended. They've agreed that tomorrow morning taxis will be operational at this very rank where we are, Bongiwe.
All right, thank you so much for that update, Simpuya Makanya there. That week-long strike that has left thousands